Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
If I gotta teach this dude a lesson, it ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be nice. I'm ready to leave everything behind.
So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy.
$25 million. That's the bond set for the woman accused of fatally stabbing her manager at the Eastpointe McDonald's.
The 26-year-old made her first court appearance today, and we learned this isn't the first time investigators say that she stabbed someone.
26-year-old Afeni Muhammad in court Friday afternoon, charged with first-degree murder. Eastpointe police say Muhammad fatally stabbed her manager, 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, inside the McDonald's where they both worked on 9 Mile Thursday morning.
Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back."
2 days before the stabbing, Muhammad posted a video on her Instagram, which is public. This is a small portion of that video.
But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody will have to do something about that. It's not funny.
Investigators say the suspect stabbed Harris several times inside the drive-thru portion of the fast food restaurant. A customer, a CPL holder, was in his car and witnessed the crime. Authorities say he shot his gun in the air, attempting to stop the violence. When the suspect ran out of the restaurant, the CPL holder held her at gunpoint until police arrived.
Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle.
Harris, a single mother of 6 and a longtime McDonald's employee, was pronounced deceased at a nearby hospital. Meanwhile, the prosecutor revealing this in court about Muhammad.
The defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case, involving a knife.
That prior stabbing occurred in Virginia. Muhammad's attorney arguing
she was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record.
The judge set Muhammad's bond at $25 million, cash surety only. She will be back in court on July 23rd for a probable cause hearing.
This case out of Detroit, Michigan, has truly shaken the nation, and social media has not stopped talking about it since it happened. On one side, you have a 26-year-old woman, Afeni Muhammad, who says she was being bullied at work, something she often talked about in her social media posts. In fact, 5 days before this tragedy unfolded, she made a post on social media to detail the allegations of what she says was going on at McDonald's. Now, on the other side, you have 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, a manager at McDonald's, a single mother of 6 kids, just trying to support her family, according to her daughter. Now, people who know her say she didn't deserve any of this. And what's even more heartbreaking is that her kids, they actually spoke out, and her daughter said that she met Muhammad before, so they're struggling to understand how someone they knew could do something like this to their mother. Now, Muhammad recently made her first court appearance, and that's when even more details came out. According to her attorney, she was involved in a similar incident before with the same type of weapon, but he argued that there are special circumstances in that case which helped her to avoid a 4-year prison sentence, and she took a plea deal. which you'll hear about that later in the video. Now, Jennifer Harris' family, the victim in this case, has also come forward to speak about their loss, and I'm going to play that for you. I also want to share a message from Muhammad's ex-boyfriend. He spoke out and he gave his side of their relationship and told who he believes Muhammad really is. And because I really wanted to understand the situation better, I took a deep dive into Afeni Muhammad's social media history, and there's a whole blueprint there. Now, from her post, it's clear she may not have worked at McDonald's for very long, because it appears that she was doing some cleaning services before. And even while she was doing cleaning services, she didn't appear to be happy, and she was often posting rants, which I'll play that. If you appreciate true crime deep dives beyond the headlines, please be sure to like this video, drop a comment below, and let me know your thoughts. Have you heard of this case? If you haven't heard of this case, as you're watching it, please drop your comments below. Please share the video, and also be sure to subscribe to my channel.
A mother of 6, a McDonald's manager, stabbed to death during her shift. This is a story that has shaken our entire community. Thank you for joining us. I'm Simon Shayket.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. Our hearts are heavy as we think about the family and friends of 39-year-old Jennifer Harris.
Loved ones left searching for answers. They tell us Jennifer was kind, hardworking, deeply loved. This tragedy started when Harris reportedly sent an employee home early, and that worker allegedly came back and attacked her.
Just hard to believe it happened at 9 Mile and Schroeder in Eastpointe. 7 News reporter Ruta Olsanaida is speaking with the family tonight about their devastating loss and the terrifying moments that changed everything.
39-year-old Jennifer "Jamma" Harris went to work at this Eastpointe McDonald's every single day to support her family, and they say she did not deserve this.
Why take our mama from us? You knew we loved each other.
It is absolute heartbreak for the family of Jennifer Harris, a 15-year employee of McDonald's and the manager here in Eastpointe. They all gathered at the very spot she lost her life Thursday morning. Police say it was a senseless act caused by a simple argument.
There was a dispute between 2 co-workers, and one co-worker was sent home as a result of the dispute.
That co-worker, a 26-year-old Eastpointe resident, then allegedly returned hours later with a kitchen knife and stabbed Jennifer multiple times. A customer and licensed CPL holder, noticing the violence, fired a single shot into the air to put an end to what he was seeing.
Nobody was hit by the gunshot, but it did stop the assault. The suspect dropped the knife and started running away from the location.
That Good Samaritan then detained the suspect before she could get far until police arrived and took her into custody. Jennifer was rushed to a local hospital but died due to her injuries. Neighbors say they sometimes hear arguments at this McDonald's, but never anything like this.
Goodness, I don't even know what to think, to be honest with you. But, yeah, it's just sad all around. You know, you don't want to see this.
The loving mother leaves behind her 6 children, who say they used to visit both their mom and the suspect at work and are confused to why the violence had to escalate this far.
We would come up here. We met her co-workers. We met the lady and everything. I don't understand why she had to kill her.
We reached out to the owner of this McDonald's, who told us in part, quote, "Violence of any kind is unacceptable in my restaurants, and we are taking this matter extremely seriously." Meanwhile, the family says Jennifer will be remembered as selfless and kind, her memory never forgotten.
My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us.
Now, you just heard from Jennifer Harris' family, including her oldest daughter, who said that, you know, they didn't anticipate that anything like this would happen. They would visit their mom and the suspect at work, and they're confused as to why the violence had to escalate this far. Now, in addition to that, if you paid attention, you also heard there was a statement from a neighbor who says that the neighbor would hear sometimes hear arguments at the McDonald's, but never anything like this. Now, a lot of people on social media are speculating that these arguments may add credibility to Muhammad's claim that this was a hostile environment. However, that has not been confirmed with authorities. And because this is a fast food restaurant, McDonald's chain, it could have been arguments, complaints from customers. It could have been between other coworkers. It doesn't mean that these arguments were occurring between the manager and this particular employee. But drop your thoughts below and let me know. And if you're from Detroit and you're familiar with this location, what are your thoughts about this case? Now, moving forward, of course, the suspect, Muhammad, her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend now, did speak out. And what he stated was, I dated her from December of 2022 through July of 2023. She lived with me and treated me absolutely horrible. It got so bad, I broke up with her and had to leave my own home for my safety for 3 months. She is sadly very unwell. I produced massive amounts of music for and with her, which she stole all of it and released without my consent. Some songs I am even on without any authorization of release are mention of my name. She leaked unreleased music of mine, which has also caused me problems. It's very sad that this is how the story turned out. I had no idea she was even still in Michigan. Now, of course, this is from her ex-boyfriend, and at the end of the video, I'll play some of his music, and this is all public information. So I'm not showing anything or playing anything that shouldn't be shown here on YouTube. Now, moving forward, we're going to get into the bond hearing. And this is very significant to the case because you're going to hear from the police who is going to outline what happened, right? They're going to outline what happened, what led up to this tragedy. You're going to hear from the prosecutor and the attorney as they put forth their arguments as to why the bond should be set. And ultimately, you'll hear what led to the judge deciding to swear to.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the information being provided is true and accurate to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury?
I do.
Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afeni Muhammad, please set forth the factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. 7/10/25, McDonald's employee Afeni Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 9 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
And the requested charges are murder in the first degree, count 2, dangerous weapon carrying with unlawful intent, and there's a habitual second notice offense. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
The warrant is being signed and we can proceed to arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calling file number 25354, People versus Afeni Badu Muhammad. Counsel appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sean Haney, appearing on behalf of the people.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Please, this honorable court, ma'am, appearing on behalf of Mrs. Muhammad, who does appear to be a Zoom.
Your name, please, ma'am.
Afeni Muhammad.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea, and this matter set for a probable cause conference and a preliminary exam. I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for a probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. As to bond, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city of Eastpointe. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually was taking some online classes for college for a physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she may go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this manner that is appropriate, that my client can meet so that she can meet with her attorneys and prepare her for defense in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all, and in this case, we are requesting no bond as I indicated. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case, involving a knife. So given all of those factors, and given the fact that this court does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder, I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
Thank you, counsel. The court has reviewed the charges and the circumstances surrounding this case. The defendant is facing various serious charges, including murder in the first degree, which is one of the most serious criminal offenses in our state, carrying penalties up to life without parole. Additionally, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent further underscores defendant's potential threat to public safety. Defendant has a prior criminal record out of Virginia for malicious wounding. It was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing, and that is what gives rise to the habitual second. And in determining bond, the court must look to the factors outlined in Michigan Court Rule 6.106. Number 1, the seriousness of the offense and the danger posed to the community. The charges here involved a violent crime with a weapon, indicating a substantial risk to the public. The court finds there is a significant threat to public safety, and therefore the bond must reflect that risk. Number 2, the weight of the evidence against the defendant. While the evidence is not fully before us and the defendant is cloaked with the presumption of innocence, the nature of the charges along with the prior criminal history suggests that there is substantial evidence against the defendant. Defendant's criminal history: the defendant has a violent criminal past. The history supports the court's concern that the defendant may engage in further violent conduct if she is released. The defendant's ties to the community: while the defendant is relatively young at 26 years of age, there's no indication that she has any significant stabilizing ties to the community that would ensure her return for court appearances. Without these ties, the court is concerned about the likelihood of flight. Number 5, defendant's risk of fleeing or failing to appear. Due to the severity of the charges and the habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight. The court finds that this factor weighs heavily in favor of a high bond amount. Substance abuse or mental treatment: although there are no reports at this time suggesting that the defendant suffers from mental health or substance abuse issues that would mitigate the risks posed by defendant's release, the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million, cash surety only, with conditions. If the defendant is able to meet those conditions, she must be on a GPS steel cuff tether. She is not to leave the state of Michigan. She is to report her address within 24 hours of, she must report any change of address within 24 hours. There would be stringent daily contact with community corrections as to her whereabouts. She also would be required to have alcohol and drug testing as condition of her release. There would be no contact with the family of the decedent, any witnesses. She is not to return to McDonald's. And if she is unable to post the $25 million bond, she will remain in custody pending further proceedings. And that concludes this matter for today.
So regardless of the argument that Afeni's attorney attempted to make, you heard the judge say that there were extenuating circumstances taken into consideration: her past violent history of malicious wounding, and she also considered the prosecutor's argument that she didn't attempt to render aid, that she in fact attempted to flee from the scene. So based on the totality of the circumstances, the fact that she left the establishment, she came back and she used a weapon to unfortunately end her manager's life, the judge ultimately decided that a $25 million bond was warranted in this matter. Now, what are your thoughts about this case? If you heard it on social media, we're going to get into Afeni's social media posts because this sheds light on her personality, her character, some of the things, the accusations that she was making towards the workplace, and all of these things. It's publicly available information. Now, on her social media posts, if there was a status that she made, I included that with the video. So if there was a status with the date, you'll see that there is a status and you'll see the date of it, okay? The videos themselves are very self-explanatory, but before getting into that, you'll see that on April the 29th, she made a post and she said, "Toasting to pineapple juice with my sober self." So it appears that she was celebrating being sober. Now on May the 8th, she made a post and she said, "Man, you look good in that apron." Keep in mind, you're going to hear a video where she apparently is leaving from cleaning someone's house and she goes on a rant. Please let me know, what are your thoughts about that?
I'm just sitting at this park right now. I wanted I had to talk to my neighbor Wayne again and like clear up everything with him, because how he always he always look at me a certain way or something, and I told him that I don't want to have sex. I told him that. So it's sometimes he would give me something to eat or something if I didn't make anyone on Instacart. I get that, but I told him I don't want him thinking that that I owe him that just because he do that for me. Sometimes I want him to think that I owe him sex.
So now, like, after I told him that, it's like he's been crying and crying and telling me he think I use him. Dismissing everything that I do for him and did for him. Dismissing the fact that he had this condition that he'd been going through for a long time and nobody can help him. But me, I helped him get through it. And I cook, and, you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I still make money at work. But, you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm still working to get in a car. And he feels like I owe him sex. And now he's mad and crying and trying to make me feel guilty. I need to just calm down. I'm gonna be okay. But I should have known. I'm playing my peaceful music so I don't have to listen to you doing this, and you're interrupting my music, calling my phone. Please leave me alone.
You told me you never ignore me.
Stop fucking with me! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Please! Leave me alone! Please! Please leave me alone! I don't want to have sex with you! I don't want to have sex! So stop! I really trust myself! I don't want to have sex with you! Okay? Okay? Thank you!
Watch this. So look, let me tell you this so you can do it yourself too. What you gotta do is, okay, we have a water bottle right now. So let's focus on the water bottle. I see little tiny water drops. Okay? I see tiny little water drops of the bottle. What you're gonna do is look at that one tiny water drop on that bottle. And you're gonna imagine yourself jumping in a pool. Jump in that tiny pool. So you have to imagine you're shrinking yourself to jump in that tiny little pool. Because atoms, you can't see the atoms with the naked eye and the electrons and all that. But they're here around us, surrounding us. They're in the air. So you have to imagine a bunch of tiny little dots just flying around everywhere. And now I see them making a big shape. They're making two big hands, and they're just pushing the bottle. They're pushing the bottle out of my hand because I can't move my hand. My hand got to be still because the idea is to move the bottle with my mind. So these atoms are forming a shape of two giant hands, like two giant Zeus hands or something, right? And now I see the kamikaze jet. It just ran right into the top of it, like off of the song he made called he was like, everybody been taking it. He said, how he said it. He was like, everybody been telling me what they think about me lately. Maybe it's time I tell them what I think about them. All right. And now I'm imagining the rope is pulling the bottle out of my hand. And at the same time, these two giant hands are still pushing the bottle. So the rope and the hands work together. And then the Incredible Hulk is under the bottle. The Incredible Hulk is under the bottle, and he's lifting it up heavy as he can. And Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four, he's ramming into it like a bull or something. Everybody's working together. You know, the giant hands is pushing it. The kamikaze jet put a hole in the top. The rope is pulling it. The Hulk is under it, lifting it up. Ben Grimm is still ramming into it. He ain't gonna have a headache because he's made of rock, so he ain't gonna have a headache. And the bottle is slowly falling out of my hand. Because it has to, because all of that force, all of that power, we're all working together, knocking this damn bottle out of my fucking hand. Of course that's going to happen. Go. Okay. Keep going. Pull it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Just fall already, damn bottle. The bottle is a giant now. Okay, there it fell. He always said you can do anything you set your mind to. He never lied. When he said that, he never lied.
Nah, this stays at home though. I'm not gonna bring this to work because that wouldn't look right, I guess.
Now I'm going to play the video that has a big online discussion going on about it. Of course, the case is a tragedy that should not have happened, but many are saying because her attorney has argued that, for one, the videos where she's talking about, a skin issue, the attorney argued that she helped someone with discovering that they had cancer. So these videos may actually be used in her defense. Now, another video, which I'm going to play for you now, a lot of people are saying, well, where's the roommate? Can we verify that this is true? None of these posts have been confirmed other than her attorney saying, she helped someone discover that they have cancer. An ex-boyfriend, like you heard me state earlier in the video, he spoke out. Of course, there were allegations of, workplace bullying going on. That has not been confirmed. So all of this is her side of what is happening. But pay close attention to what
I asked them, like, they're gonna get me to talk to like a social worker
because many
I told them that I'm interested, like, in a house and, like,
she's going to plead insanity, and these
I told them that the guy I live with, he stressed me out and stuff, and
be sure to tell me what your thoughts are about this.
And then after what he did, like yesterday, it kind of like, it just like kind of like went over the line at this point. Like he handed me the knife and told me he told me to kill him. And then I said, you could kill yourself, like you're crazy. Like I don't know if I should have said it like that, but that's just like what I said at the moment, because it's like, I'm like, I was like, you're crazy, you need help, fuck you. That's what I told him. And then I had walked away. But it's like, everything is fine now and stuff, but I think that kind of triggered my anxiety attack, because when I woke up this morning, I started having an anxiety attack. I started having like butterflies in my stomach and my heart was racing fast, and I'm like, damn, am I dying or something? And then the first thing I kept thinking about was about the knife, and then I started thinking about when I lived, when I lived in Virginia, Alexandria, when I had that incident that had took place, that I mentioned in one of my songs. So I was like, when that happened, I was like, I think that like triggered my anxiety. I'm like, damn, if like I don't think I need to live with this guy. Like, he stressed me out, and I'm tired of catering to him when he's picking at himself or whatever. It's just, they're gonna help me like get housing. I don't want to keep dealing with this bullshit. I really, really don't. Like, I just, I was showing the nurse like some of my music, like off my new album. Lucky her, she get to hear some of my new songs that I'm working on, and she was like, "I like this." Like, she was like really hyped. So like, I'm gonna finish like the album. It's gonna be really, really nice. I can't wait to finish it. 2025. This album is like my. I changed I Don't Give a Fuckology. I changed it to I Am Phoenix. People probably noticed that or whatever. But this album right here is that one like 10 times better, like more enhanced. Like, you're gonna hear songs, you're gonna be like, wow, that sounds like Life of the Party on a whole nother level, or something like that sound like I Love Detroit on a whole nother level. Like, this album is gonna be really, really nice. I'm excited. And I just want to find somewhere else to live too. Like, yeah, you could have booked me again. You would never see me again. I ain't never come back to that fucking house. Nope. You can book me if you want to. I would not press accept, because I ain't doing it. Get somebody else to clean your fucking house. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, because your house looks fucking filthy. And I know you're telling me you gotta have surgery soon or whatever, but it still ain't no fucking excuse why you can't piss off the fucking toilet. Like that shit pissed me off. It's a disappointment to know that these fucking adults don't know how to clean their fucking houses. But these be the main people that be trying to think they running something and thinking they bossing people around, acting like they the boss of everybody. Well, what's going on with y'all houses, though? Why y'all houses look filthy like this? What's up with that? Because I'm mad now. I'm heated. What, just because I get paid and stuff to clean houses, that means that, like, I'm a fan of you people? No, you people are a fucking disgrace. You people are a fucking disgrace. Your houses look a fucking mess. How do you live with yourself? Why are you even selling Barbies? Barbies are magical and beautiful and clean. What you selling Barbies for? I have a bunch of Barbies and shit, but your house don't look like a Barbie house. What's up with that? It's disgusting. Especially when I go to fucking houses and people be sitting on their fucking sofa just chilling and shit, watching TV and talking about a bunch of nothing. Why the fuck you don't got time to clean your fucking house? Ain't no excuse. You just being lazy. Yeah, some people really can't, but some people can. Because there's been houses I've been to that people can fucking clean their own house. They're just being lazy. No, I ain't your fucking maid, and you'll never see me again. Bitch, get off my dick! Just because I opened Candyland doesn't mean I ain't slick! I gave out treats, but I still have a few tricks up my sleeve. Hey, but this bitch suck my dick. Put your tongue back in your mouth before you take a lick. We closing Candyland. Bitch swallow her gum. First person got sick. Yeah, y'all thought y'all changed me, but I'm still your prick. Thought y'all changed me, but I still piss y'all off more than might come from my dick. I'm still ghetto slum. No, I'm still ghetto slum like a mellow bum. I'm wavy like Jello, hun. Still shady like palm trees in the Bahamas. I'm still number one. Come to you, teacher. Y'all class clowns are done. Fuck out of my way. I'm about to take a break and then I gotta go clean the other house.
And every time you call my name, Nat, Nat, I just want to say, stop talking to me. Like, you know, like me, like he's so annoying. Like, I don't know how to fucking explain it. I really fucking don't. But he's so fucking annoying. Like, I mean, like sometimes I ignore him because it's like, I don't want to like snap. Like, cause it's like a disturbing feeling. Like, why are you fucking talking to me? Like, it's disgusting. Like, he just looks disgusting in his fucking face. You know, he got all these fucking scabs on his fucking neck because he got a little disorder problem. This, you know, fucking picking at his neck and shit. And he cry a lot. He cry a lot. He do all that sobbing shit. It don't even be like a regular cry. It's like he just like make this like annoying ass sound. Like, it's like, dude, get the fuck away from me, man. And then like, so I just yesterday, like when I was driving, he kept trying to disturb my peace. He kept on like he kept on like saying shit like when I was driving the whole time, like I didn't know what I was doing. Like, dude, I drive safer than him. Just so you know, I drive safer than him. This dude don't drive safe at all. He don't. I be having to monitor him. So I think he was being sarcastic yesterday, trying to be funny, acting like he had to monitor me. But it's like he didn't have to do that with me, though, because I ain't the one that needs to be monitored. I drive very responsibly. You know what I mean? I don't cause accidents. He the one that used to cause accidents and stuff and almost got us hit before. And when he parked one time, he hit somebody's car. He's fucking pathetic. He's fucking pathetic. And the way this little thing right here, and this little filter, the way that thing is moving all slow and gross, that's how he is. He moves all slow and gross. Like, he's a fucking disease, man. And somebody's gonna have to put him out of his fucking misery. I'm just saying it like that. Somebody's gonna have to put him out of his misery. Ain't no other way to put it, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Somebody's gonna have to fucking teach him a lesson. If I gotta do it, it ain't gonna be nice. If I gotta teach this dude a lesson, it ain't gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be nice. I'm ready to leave everything behind. If I gotta throw my shit away, if I gotta just, you know, all my clothes and shit go in the trash again, you know, I lived this before. I've been through this before. So this is nothing but materialistic stuff. I'm just mentally preparing myself because it's like, I'm telling you, he's been picking with me more than ever. And I believe he's been picking with me more than ever because he knows we're getting evicted now. So it's like, you know, but here's the thing though, this is what he's thinking. He's thinking he's gonna keep me around, telling me, oh, we can get a store. I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person. And I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt.
She wanna stop it. Thought to myself, damn, I'm white chocolate. Bitch suffocating me. Time to move. She just some thought shit. I turn the heat on. She want it off. She get under her covers and snore and snot. I'm laying in my bed looking at the ceiling all night. Eventually, I finally doze off and I only counted 1 Z, 2 sheep, and a kite. I'm tossing and turning, cause she woke me up before the roosters could say cock-a-doodle high. Now I got this bitch burning, cause I was freezing and I turned the heat on 85. It's 4 in the fucking morning, bitch, put your headphones in. Don't ask me if it's too loud when you know it is. Then proceed to go on with your bullshit. So I blasted my hip-hop termination instrumental, cause I don't tolerate bullying.
It's pouring down out there. I just walked right through the rain, which is... It felt so good.
Got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in this store, you know, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I gotta take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps saying her little racial shit.
And then throughout the day, she keeps on like putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. You know, nobody's perfect. It's fucking McDonald's. It happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So fuck, it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all the animosity and shit that she keep putting in the air and stuff, and then trying to tell me I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop. All that negative shit she's saying about, you know, her personal life, all of that. No, she's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody gonna have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that shit is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. I got sent home early. Fucking, like, that shit doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that shit didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a fuck about her telling me about what the fuck she did. You know, and maybe that's why they always fighting her, to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened. The fuck out of here with that shit.
I have a horrible toothache and I'm withdrawing from nicotine. Here we go. Cause I made it 2 months, I'm an addict again. Ain't trying to front, ain't been clacking the pen. Ain't smoking blunts with the back, got a sick. Lift from the front, guess I back on my shit. Ain't trying to run cause my lungs are collapsing. I'm frying them up while I'm driving in traffic. I try to bounce back like I'm highly elastic, but I'm off the track like a fish in the grasses. I need to quit before I'm dearly departed, but I feel like shit when the cig is just started. Need to be quick to the draw with the quitting, cause honestly this is retarded, ayy.